My boyfriend said, I don't believe in labels. That's because he already had one with someone else. So I made my own label for him, Unfaithful. Then I put it on a hoodie and wore it to his favorite bar. I met Drew at a backyard cookout in Louisville. It was late summer, the kind where the air sticks to your skin and everyone's drinking cheap beer just to feel cold. He was leaning against the fence with a red stripe in one hand, talking to some guy about the best road trips through the Blue Ridge Mountains. He caught my eye, and I guess I caught his too. We ended up talking about old punk bands, horror movies, and our messed up families. He said he liked how I didn't fake laugh at his jokes. I liked how he asked questions and remembered the answers. He had that quiet confidence, just enough to make you feel like you were the one chasing him, even when he was the one texting first. I wasn't looking for anything serious. I had just moved back to Louisville to take care of my mom. I'd gone through a rough breakup in Cincinnati and figured casual was fine. When Drew said, I don't really do labels, I didn't question it. I told myself I didn't want drama. I told myself I liked things chill. I was wrong. The first red flag came 3 weeks in. He'd go quiet for a couple of days. No calls, no texts. Then he'd pop up with some story about helping his uncle move or needing to reset his brain. I'd nod and act cool, but deep down I felt something was off. I asked him one night, are you seeing anyone else? He said no. If I was, I'd tell you. I'm not that guy. I believed him. He'd come over late sometimes, always with that same hoodie and those beat-up Vans. We'd sit on my couch, watch some documentary he picked, and fall asleep halfway through. He never stayed past 7 a.m. Always said he had errands. Always busy. But he never seemed busy when we were together. He was sweet. He remembered I liked lemon in my tea. He made playlists with songs that made me feel seen. He gave just enough to keep me hooked. And then one afternoon, I ran into her. It was a Tuesday. I stopped at Target to grab snacks and wine for what I thought was going to be another one of our cozy nights. I was walking through the home goods aisle when a woman came up to me, looking kind of nervous. She said, hey, this is gonna sound weird, but do you know a guy named Drew Williams? I blinked. Yeah. Why? She swallowed hard. He's my boyfriend. I didn't speak. Just stared. She pulled out her phone and showed me pictures. Him in her apartment. Him smiling at some lake. Him wearing the same hoodie he wore to my place. Same beard. Same face. I felt like the ground shifted under me. How long have you been with him? I asked. She said, 1 year and 4 months. I whispered, I've been seeing him for 5. We just stood there. 2 strangers holding throw pillows and betrayal in the middle of Target. She said, I knew something was off. He started acting weird. Canceling plans. Said he was going through a lot mentally. I thought maybe he needed space. I nodded. That's what he told me too. She looked like she was going to cry. I didn't. I felt something colder than sadness. Rage, maybe. Or the beginning of it. I went home, sat on the floor, and opened my laptop. I didn't call Drew. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I opened a blank document and started typing one word, unfaithful. And I had an idea. See, Drew had a favorite bar. Tiny place off Bardstown Road. Real hipster spot with overpriced drinks and a jukebox full of indie bands no one's ever heard of. He loved it there. Knew the bartenders. Took first dates there. Probably took her there. I designed a hoodie. Black, thick cotton, oversized. On the back, in big bold white letters, it said, this man doesn't believe in labels. Because he's already taken. And underneath that, in even bigger letters, unfaithful. I had it printed. Rush order. Paid extra for next day shipping. When it came in, I tried it on and looked in the mirror. I smiled for the first time in days. Then I made plans to go to his favorite bar on the night I knew he'd be there. So the night comes. It's a Thursday, and I know from months of listening to Drew talk that Thursday is trivia night at the bar. He goes every week with the same group, 2 coworkers and a friend from college. I never met any of them. He always said, "It's just kind of my thing." Perfect. I pulled up outside around 8:45. Wore my hoodie over black jeans and scuffed boots. I didn't bother with makeup. Didn't need to look good. I wasn't there to impress anyone. I walked in like I owned the place. The music was low, some vinyl-sounding band playing in the background. The bar was crowded. A few people looked up when I walked in, but no one said anything. Then I saw him, Drew, sitting at a high table near the back with his usual crew. Laughing, drinking, acting like life was good. He didn't see me at first. I walked straight to the bar, took off my coat, and made sure the back of my hoodie was in full view. I ordered a whiskey neat. And waited. Didn't take long. One of his friends nudged him and pointed at me. I felt his eyes on me before I even turned around. I stayed facing forward, sipping my drink like I didn't feel the heat of his stare. Then I heard it, his voice behind me. "Hey, what is this? What are you doing here?" I turned slowly, looked him dead in the face. "You tell me. Want to explain it to your friends, or should I?" His smile cracked. His eyes darted from me to the bold letters on the back of my hoodie, then to his friends. One of them, some guy with glasses, read it out loud. "This man doesn't believe in labels, because he's already taken. Unfaithful." What the hell? The whole table went quiet. Drew took a step closer. "Come on, can we talk outside?" I laughed. "Oh, now you want to talk? Where was this energy when I asked you if you were seeing someone else?" His face turned red. "Not here, okay?" I shrugged. "Seems like a good place to me. You like this bar, right? Thought you might like the surprise." I could see people starting to whisper. The bartender stopped wiping glasses and leaned in, clearly trying to hear. One of the waitresses stood frozen near the register, staring at us. Drew's friend with the glasses said, "Wait, you've been seeing her? While you were with Alyssa?" His other friend stood up. "Jesus, Drew. Are you serious?" He didn't answer. Just kept looking at me like I was the one who set the fire. Like I was the one who made the mess. I held up my phone. "I've got texts. Pictures. Want me to airdrop them to the whole bar?" He hissed, "You're being crazy." I smiled, cool as ice. "And you're being exposed." Then I walked past him, slow and steady, making sure everyone saw the message on my back. I didn't go home right after. I walked out of the bar, hoodie loud and proud, and got in my car. My hands were shaking, but not from nerves. It felt like adrenaline. I hadn't just confronted him, I humiliated him, right where he felt safest. But the thing was, it didn't feel like enough. I wasn't done. On the drive home, I kept thinking about Alyssa. She was too calm when we met. Too polite. Something about the way she held her phone, how quickly she pulled up those photos that stuck with me. So I texted her. "Did you know he told me you were just a friend who was going through a breakup?" She read it immediately. Then the typing bubbles popped up. "Alyssa, he told me you were his coworker. That you had a crush. That he felt bad saying no." I laughed out loud in the car. That man was out here building entire scripts like he was auditioning for a soap opera. I called her. "Want to hear something wild?" I said. She answered fast. "Yes, but I have something to show you too." We decided to meet at a diner the next day. Neutral ground. Coffee and receipts. I brought my texts. She brought hers. We sat across from each other in a booth and went back and forth like lawyers building a case. And somewhere in between the screenshots and dates, we realized something that made both our stomachs turn. We weren't the only two. There was a third woman. Maybe even more. Alyssa showed me a selfie she found in his deleted folder. A different girl, taken just last week. Different apartment. Different bed. Same hoodie. I pushed my coffee aside. So he's not just a liar. He's a serial. Alyssa nodded. I think he's done this before. Probably doing it right now with someone else. We made a plan. The next day, Alyssa posted in a local Facebook group. Nothing dramatic, just a photo of Drew, his face blurred out. For now, a vague description of his tactics, and a warning for other women in Louisville. We didn't name him. Not yet. We said, "If you've dated someone who uses the excuse, 'I don't believe in labels,' check your receipts. You might not be the only one." Within a day, we had 5 DMs. 2 women, 1 non-binary person, 1 ex-fiancé, and a girl who dated him 2 years ago and said she left town because of how badly he messed her up. One of the new girls sent me a photo of Drew in a hammock, her hammock. Said he told her he wasn't ready for commitment right before sleeping over 4 nights a week. Alyssa looked at me and said, "He's going to keep doing it." I said, "Not if we stop him." So we started a group chat, the Drew Recovery Support Group, and we got organized. Next phase was coming. We didn't call it revenge at first. We called it community awareness. But let's be honest, it was revenge. And it felt good. There were 6 of us now. 6 women who had all dated Drew in some form at the same time or in overlapping months. Different jobs. Different sides of town. Some of us had never met until this, but we were instantly bonded by one man's lies. We built a spreadsheet. No joke. Dates, screenshots, timelines, excuses he gave, fake stories, pet names he reused. He'd called 2 of us star, told 3 of us he had anxiety about titles. Said to one girl his mom had died, his mom is very much alive. The lies weren't even creative, just recycled. The more we uncovered, the more we wanted people to know. So we picked the next step carefully. It started with flyers. We printed them on plain white paper. Drew's face in black and white, pulled from his public Instagram, and bold text underneath. Warning, this man doesn't believe in labels. That's because he's using the same lies on multiple women at the same time. We didn't include his last name. Just the first name and a phone number linked to a burner Google Voice line we set up for tips. We posted them on utility poles, coffee shops, laundromats, anywhere public. We hit the areas we knew he liked to hang around: Highlands, Clifton, Germantown. The response was wild. Within 2 days, the number got dozens of texts. Some were women saying they recognized the pattern. A few were angry messages from men saying we were ruining a guy's life. But most were supportive. A few even thanked us. Then we got the call. A reporter from a local blog, Louisville Underground, wanted to talk. Said she'd seen the flyer and had heard this wasn't a one-off. Said she was doing a piece on manipulative dating trends and asked if we wanted to speak on record. We debated it. Not all of us wanted to be public. But I said yes. I used only my first name and agreed to a voice-only interview. I laid it all out. Not just what Drew had done to me, but what he'd done to all of us. The gaslighting. The lies. The emotional damage. How he used that no labels line to keep women on the hook without ever being accountable. The article dropped a week later. It went viral. At least by local standards. Titled, "The Label-Free Liar, a Louisville Man's Dating Web Unravels." The comment section exploded. People recognized him. A few even named him. Then Drew reached out. He texted me. Just 3 words, "You went too far." I didn't respond. He called me twice. Left 1 voicemail. Said he was getting harassed, that people at work saw the article, that someone reported it to HR. He said I had ruined his reputation. I laughed so hard I had to sit down. You can't ruin what's already rotted. After the article dropped and the buzz took off, things started to shift fast. Drew went into hiding, at least socially. Deleted his Instagram. Changed his Facebook profile picture to something blank. Alyssa said she heard from a mutual friend that he took a few sick days from work and wasn't answering messages. I could have stopped there. A lot of people told me to. My sister said, "You proved your point. Let it go now." Even one of the women from our group chat backed off. Said she was tired, didn't want to get sued, didn't want the drama anymore. But not me. Not after everything he did. Not after he looked me in the eye and told me I was the only one, knowing damn well he was crawling into someone else's bed an hour later. That kind of betrayal changes you. So I made one last move. I had something he didn't know. I kept a photo of us in bed. It wasn't graphic, nothing inappropriate. Just him asleep with his arm around me, face relaxed, dead to the world. The timestamp showed exactly when it was taken. I matched it up with a message Alyssa had from that same night. A text he sent her saying he was too sick to come over. I sent it to her. She sent it to another girl. Who sent it to another? Until it landed in a DM with a woman we hadn't heard from yet, a woman named Becca. Becca turned out to be his current girlfriend. Not someone he was casually dating. Not someone from the past. No. She was still with him. Had no clue about any of us. So we called her. And to her credit, she didn't cry. She didn't hang up. She listened. Quiet, calm, steady. Then she asked, "Can I meet you in person?" We said yes. That Sunday, we met at a Panera off Hurstbourne Lane. She showed up in jeans and a loose sweatshirt, hair tied back, no makeup. She looked like someone who hadn't slept. She sat down and said, "Thank you for telling me. He told me he loved me last week." I was about to move in with him. My stomach dropped. We told her everything. She didn't talk much. Just nodded, and every now and then asked a sharp, quiet question. She took out a notebook and wrote things down. Then she said, "I'm going to handle it." We didn't hear from her for a while after that. A week, maybe two. Then Alyssa sent a message to the group chat with a screenshot. It was a post from Drew's old roommate on Facebook. It said, "You ever watch a man unravel in real time? Buddy of mine just got dumped, exposed, and evicted in the same day." Women these days are organized like the FBI. Turns out Becca didn't just leave him. She told his landlord about his unreported subleasing situation. She told his boss at the tech firm about his inappropriate texts to a female coworker. Turns out, she'd saved screenshots too. And she found his mom's church group and forwarded them links to every public post. He lost his apartment, his job, his public image. Then Becca sent me a message. "Thank you. I didn't just dodge a bullet. I dodged a bomb. It should have felt perfect. But here's the part one haven't said out loud yet. I lost things too. I lost a piece of my peace. I stopped trusting people so easily. I started questioning every compliment, every smile, every nice thing someone said to me. I also lost a job interview because someone at that company saw the Hoodie post and thought I was unstable. They didn't say it out loud, but I could feel it in the way they asked me about how I handle conflict. I lost a friend who said I took it too far. And I get it. I do. But I'd do it all again. Because Drew needed to be stopped. He needed to learn that when you lie to that many people, when you twist love into a weapon and swing it around without care, someone's going to swing back. My name isn't Crazy X. It's the one who made him finally face the truth. And if you're reading this and someone tells you they don't believe in labels, run. Or make one yourself. Make it loud. Make it stick. Unfaithful. I did. And I wore it like armor.